Trying to run, it's Marshall. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Let's take a minute to talk about Michigan. They've jumped to the top of the conference standings. Now the trick is finding a way to stay there.
Well, and that's your goal to start the season. It's always about the conference first. It's not about the national championship picture. So great job taking care of business within the conference, Jesse, but a lot of meat still left on the schedule.
Yeah, and remember, conference championships mean a lot because the way the college football playoff is set up, if you're winning your conference championship, you're probably in the playoff discussion. So they've got a lot of games ahead. They're in that prime spot right now inside their conference. They've got to keep playing well.
Much more manageable situation for this offense after the penalty. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious.
Well, the receiver did everything right. He ran a good route. He got his head around. He just didn't finish the play. Just look it in.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Touchdown, Wolverines! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? The first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Looking downfield, it's Hoover. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Offense staying on the field there and hurry up, looking as if they'll go on 4th. Snapped on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Throwing, Underwood. Left side, it's Marshall. Sweet cut there. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
They get him on the ground, but boy, they took the business end of that run as he picked up 8. Right back to it. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Michigan! And the extra point makes makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Beal. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to...
Snags it, and there's running room. Past the 50, the 40. He's at the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana! And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Here's Underwood to throw. Right side, it's Buchanan.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitching.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He's at the 30. The 10. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverine.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. Deep in the end zone, it's Morris. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put it.
Going deep. He's got it down the left. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
Sees an alley. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. Oh, pressure's coming. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Long way to go on second down. Hand it to the back. Breaks into the open.
You know, the RPO game now in college football really puts the defense in a bind. It forces them just to freeze a half second as they try to distinguish between the running back and the quarterback. Who's keeping the football? On that play, it was the running back, and he made him pay.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Look out! He'll pull it down. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Really nowhere for the quarterback to go that time. I like the idea of letting him try to run with it, but no opportunity to get up the field, so he just kept trying to use his speed going sideways. Defense took everything away, and a good decision by him to save a hit and just get out of bounds.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Out wide left, it's Buchanan. He's stopping. He's got enough to move the chain. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Underwood. Makes a catch. Nice move to keep running. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Rid of it on the RPO. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Guys, let's chat about Michigan. I'm sure you guys saw this. One of the top running backs in the country, 5-star guy, gave a verbal commitment last week. What's the expectation for him as soon as he hits campus?
I mean, you don't get 5 stars very often, and you get 5 stars for a reason, because you are a dude. He is a man-child. They want to get him in the door now. They wish they could already have him signed, but the excitement is going to really build for this young man.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead, because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point.
Makes a grab and room to run. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. The Wolverines want to move quickly. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw.
And this offense...
It's complete.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism, but also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on second.
Quarterback changing the play. They go right back to their man on 2nd and goal. Just hammer him with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the return, it's Beal. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. There's no question this team is reeling, down 28-7, and they have to find a way to get a score on the board with this drive. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Dragged down at the 30 after a 5-yard gain.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman.
He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Throwing, Underwood. Moves to his right. He'll try to do it himself. Got the... Oh, he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. Defense has it, they're on the move.
And I tell you what, as a defense, you just got to stick with it. You got to keep playing, keep chasing. These QBs can do this. You watch them scramble around outside the pocket, gain some yards, but great job by the defense continuing to pursue, make the hit, cause the fumble.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. Back to pass, it's Hoover. Looking for a huge play. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
Coming out with it, it's Stewart. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So here comes the Michigan offense. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Here's Underwood to throw. Flips it out in the flat.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Changing the routes with his receivers. Underwood from the gun on 3rd down. Finds his man. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
And man, this is not the plan that they drew up defensively. Like trying to get stops, trying to get them off the field. They finally get them to a 3rd down situation, and they still can't execute. So slow start for this defense. They better find some answers because they've already dug themselves a hole.
And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Underwood. Flips it out to the back. Plows through the defense. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. You put on that winged helmet, and the one thing you want to do is establish the running game.
No matter who the coach is, no matter who the players are, it's a tradition. It's physicality. That's how they've built this brand at Michigan. And I think no matter who's there, it's going to be how they continue to build on that tradition.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They're going to ride this running back. Enough to move the chains. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another 1st down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it! They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the 1st half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
This offense is about to face the one thing that can... And he breaks the play! Touchdown, Michigan! They'll try to add another to their lead. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. From deep, it's Morris. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To throw, it's Hoover. They're all over him. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gets a hand in there.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Rush is on. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. A little too aggressive with the hands there, got him for the hold. It's 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Shoots it to the left. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the 2nd half.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
That's how you blow up the draw play. That's supposed to hit in between the tackles. But if you can force the ball carrier to bounce outside, you got an opportunity to create a negative play, and they did exactly that.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Finds his back in the middle. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Now the Wolverines call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. But, guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and, man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. He's going to let it go. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night.
I'll tell you something. In college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball.
They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
2nd and long here. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. He's got it. No chance to run, but still a good gain. Michigan wants to stop the clock. They'll use a timeout. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to squeak through the pile. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And how about this confidence in their field goal kicker? They're going to pat him on the butt and say, go, give us 3, big fella. Oh, the attempt is no good. Missed the field goal, but still up by 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. A pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
Drops back. It's Hoover. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
Caught behind the line. It's Richard inside the 40. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, kind of the unofficial halfway point of the season. Week 8 and another exciting update from the EA Sports Desk. We start with Tennessee taking on the number 11 team, the South Carolina Gamecocks. And it's the home team looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the ACC.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the 3rd. They'll keep it on the ground to start the 2nd half.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the 2nd half.
He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Throwing, Underwood. Left side is Hansen. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Moving the pocket, it's Underwood. Still looking to his right. Out wide right, it's Buchanan. Oh, he's got some space. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And this is why, as a defense, man, you don't want to let the quarterback outside the pocket. Once he gets outside the pocket, now everybody else has to adjust. And some people have to leave coverage, and he goes and he starts going towards his right. Nice job by the receiver finding some space towards the sidelines. They get the completion.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. The Wolverines, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Here's Underwood to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Marshall. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Marshall. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Throws it off the RPO.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
Second down, gonna throw it. Got his man. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Third and long right here. Play fake, Underwood. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Michigan! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David, when the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game, who's winning, who's getting separation on the outside, who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage. This is the guy. That's now his second touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think that's going to be the last time we see him touch the ball.
From the gun, it's Beebe. Nice move to pick up yardage. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Moves the pocket. It's Hoover. Right side, it's Richard. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you got dialed up on third.
From the gun on 3rd down. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Punt is on its way. Searching for space. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Play action with Underwood. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
There we go, defense. That's the play you needed to have. All night long, you've been giving up big ones to this offense. That's why you're in the position you're in right now, down by multiple possessions. But finally, they come away with their first sack.
Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, Underwood. Out wide left, it's Buchanan. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. On 4th and inches, maybe rethink things just for a moment. They call a timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Wolverines will punt it away on 4th down. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Uh-oh, look out. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. They'll line up with trips to the right side on 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Timed it perfectly to knock him free and forces the 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quick give. It's Richard. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Hoosiers looking to convert on 4th down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
Looking for space. It's Marshall. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Underwood. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over it. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Underwood in the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Wolverines! Middle of the end zone. He's got it. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they tacked on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. Fielded in the end zone, it's Beal. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. Final play of the quarter, and the ball falls incomplete. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. So the final period starts with a second down play. The play fake. Left side is Marsh. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Second down to the air. Out wide right, it's Becker. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. The Hoosiers headed quickly to the line. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this team.
The Michigan offense heads out to get this drive started. They'll give it on the counter. Turning it on. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And this offense has really done a nice job on the ground. Like, the ground game has been solid, man. Nice job opening holes, running the football. They've been consistent with the run. And as this game creeps along, right, if they can continue to do this with the lead, this is going to be a game that they're going to have in hand.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's Bryce Underwood to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Bryce Underwood from the gun on third down. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And sometimes when you hand it to these guys, man, it's hard to find lanes. It's very congested in the box. But nice job when you spread it out and you give him space by throwing him the football. Sometimes he can use that blazing speed and make bigger plays. I look for them to continue to find ways to get that fast dude in space.
Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. And the Wolverines pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll give it to him again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. No huddle here for the offense.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Throwing, Underwood. Escapes the pressure to his right. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football. And I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that. But, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, know when guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. They give it to him again. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the 4th quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down. I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Needs it here on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing. And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Motion from the wide receiver. Rides to the back. Can't get... Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys. The ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better.
He's looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And the Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Trying to get started. Cover's team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. They'll need a bunch on second down. Quick give. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game.